Skål gutta!
Skål! Skål!
Hello and welcome to Tipsy Wednesday. This is the hot edition. Hot, hot, hot. It's so fucking hot. Presented by me, Kurt, my co-host Thomas,
Hello.
and my co-host Björn.
Greetings.
And that cunt over there, yeah, Björn, doesn't feel the heat as we do.
I have air conditioning in my house.
Privileged white motherfucker.
Okay.
Try to live in this fucking heat box I call an office.
I said this on Friday when we did our Norwegian podcast. It was super hot and I had a tiny fan on, so I went ahead and bought a huge one. But I can't use it now while we are podcasting.
Oh
Because of
no.
the green screen, it will flap in the wind and maybe fuck up the background. Also, the wind might fuck up the microphone. So
Ah, yes.
Good
I
that
have
you
it
joined me in solidarity.
Yep.
I can't even have my window. I can, but all my neighbors will hear what I'm doing, right? So
What are you doing?
I'm speaking with you.
And your neighbors can't hear that?
They can, but I don't want them.
Oh, no, because it will reveal 1/3 of the episode before it's out.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem. Okay.
You don't?
No, I'm feeling less bad for you right now. So you're
No.
partially in a hot box room because you don't want to open the window because you don't want neighbors to hear you speak.
Or you can say that the neighbors are making noises, right?
So you don't want... I don't get it.
I don't want it.
You have noisy neighbors.
Noisy neighbors. It will come on the recording, right?
I doubt it because I run this type of noise gate filter through.
It's my excuse.
Okay, fine.
He
You
wants
be in
to
your
sit
hot
in a
box
hot
then.
box.
You get no
Yeah.
sympathy from me then. You sit in your hot box then.
Speaking of hot box, don't you have
Yes.
a hot box?
Yes, I have a moving hot box. While my house has air conditioning, my electric car, also called a Tesla, used to have air conditioning. But when we got scorching heat and I tried to use it, it wouldn't blow out cold air. So my air conditioning suddenly stopped working. Hooray for fucking
Yeah.
piece of junk.
So that is what I'm doing while it's hot. I'm just driving around
Yeah.
because I got AC in my.
Enjoying air conditioning in your car while others can't. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'll have it so cold that I need to wear a scarf.
Okay.
I will just say for our YouTube listeners or viewers that Junior isn't out of sync. He just uses an old 480p camera.
No,
No,
I
he's
don't.
he's out of sync.
Your
I'm out of,
focus is it's
Oh,
kind of
I'm-
your picture is kind of blurry.
yeah, I know, but what can I do about it? It's autofocus.
Yeah, I
Poke
don't
the
know.
camera.
I tried.
Try it again.
Try
I
doing
tried.
like this with your hand in front
I
and try to
tried
get
to.
the focus
Ooh.
moving.
Ooh.
Because you were in focus before we started recording. So.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. So if people wonder what it's like being like nearsighted, wearing glasses because you can't see things clearly in a distance, it's pretty much that.
Other way, beer.
That one. That way.
Yeah.
That's what it's like, but it's much blurrier depending on how much close-sighted you are.
Yeah.
Nearsighted, I
Nearsighted.
think. Yeah. So that's what it's like.
Being one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what have you guys done this weekend? Because it's so fucking hot.
It's so fucking hot. I've done as little as possible.
I've tried to enjoy the summer heat once we got here by doing some barbecuing. Yeah. Had barbecue. Yeah.
That's nice. It's always nice barbecuing.
Me and my missus, and that's been lovely. And I tried our new local disc golf course. in one
What?
of these summer days. Yeah. I barely tried it because we had other plans that day. So we tried like 3 or 4 of the what's it called?
Holes.
Holes.
4
basically.
holes, yeah, out of the 18-hole course. So yeah, we barely tried it because we just wanted to check it out, and it's laid out in the way that from hole 3 to 4 or on hole 3 or something along those lines, you have to pretty much go over a swamp or a marsh or of kinds, and yeah, we have scorching heat now. But in the 2 months prior to this scorching summer heat, we've all had rain and rain and rain. So this marsh has been, we had to cross, was pretty damp. Well, it was soaking wet. So we just stepped in it and got wet immediately. So that was a nice experience. I was like, why did you lay your course over this swampy area, like from the tee pad where you're supposed to start and over to the what's it called, a goal or a disc
The basket.
catcher
Basket.
basket? Yeah, from the point where you start to the end, it's a marshy area at the very start
How
of the
far
course.
was it? 50 meters, 60 meters?
Yes, something along those lines.
And
Not
it-
very far, but
And it was somewhat downhill as well.
no, it was pretty much a straight line.
Straight line.
But it's a pretty open area, not with a lot of bushes in that
No,
particular hole.
But my
so,
thinking was maybe you're supposed to get to the basket in one throw, but if it's like 60 meters or so, not everyone got that distance.
yeah, I couldn't
No.
throw it the distance. I got it in 3, but I pretty much got the distance in 2 throws. But I didn't hit it on the second throw. I had to pretty much put it in using a putter. Yes.
Good, good.
Yeah, and my missus tried a few throws of hers, but she hasn't got the right technique yet. But I as I recall, our first times disc golfing, we weren't good at all. So
Are we good at all?
nah, it's no, but
I imagine it
better
would
than
be
when we started out.
I'm imagining it would be very much a better activity with beer.
No. But I do assume
No.
you will take me on this course this summer, Björn.
Yes, I will. We will go disc golfing, the full course.
Good. I was
And I
disc
will be
golfing,
drinking beer.
I was disc golfing today, and it's
right.
super hot outside, so we decided last night that we would go early today before the sun gets really hot. So we went early, finished the course, and I was hot as hell.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like scorching hot.
No,
Or
actually today it was a
only my
bit
guess.
windy and there were some clouds out, so it wasn't as hot as the other days, but very much the hot indeed. Still.
What temperatures are you rocking now?
Right now, you're asking the big questions here. I have to check. At this very moment, it's 20 degrees.
Ah,
I beat you.
you beat him?
Yeah, we
Oh,
got 25 degrees.
Right
what,
now,
now?
Yeah, right now.
outside,
That can't be
Right.
right.
not inside.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Mine says
you're allowed to beat me.
16.
16. Yeah, that's in your room, you motherfucker.
No, outside. Outside.
Where do you get
Outside.
your numbers
Yeah, in
from?
the shades.
Yeah,
Of course.
of course. That's
Hold
where
on.
you measured the temperature.
Man, I need to check it out.
You always
Like
measure
if
your
you-
temperature in the shade.
If you have your temperature probe in the sun, you could say like 50 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that wouldn't be right at all.
No. You don't.
Yeah, and we
measure the
use
temperature.
Celsius and not Fahrenheit, by the way.
Yeah, the proper metric system,
Hmm.
because that makes sense. Do you know Fahrenheits were invented on like, this amount of temperature feels like what is that?
19.8 out and 27 in the sun. Or in
This
the
is what
shadow.
it's in the shadow.
In the shade, okay? Seems you have way hotter over there in our neighboring town where you live.
Yeah, and according to Google.
22.
22. Yeah, but this was out in my living room. So 19 is what I got out in my living room. No. Fuck. It's opposite.
But we got 16 over here. But well,
I got 19 outside and 27 in here.
Oh damn! yeah.
And it's currently rising in my hot box.
Well, if it gets really bad, you could always just open your window.
I have.
I'm so glad that we are getting some rain next week or this week when the episode releases, and we haven't had rain in weeks, maybe a month or two.
Yeah,
in the last couple of weeks we have had 20 something plus degrees all around, so I'm really looking forward to some rain and some rain. The temperature wasn't going to fall that much.
Do you have water rationing?
No, yeah, outside, yeah, you can't water your grass and stuff.
Yeah, okay, no, because
also
I know
you can't do your barbecuing at the moment.
Yeah, because it's so dry.
But I don't ration my water in the context of drinking or food preparation or showering.
What about the toilet?
Yeah, no, I don't flush after I take a shit because I have to save water.
No, it was a really...
I'm not rationing the toilet water, no.
It was a really good tip on the radio.
Yeah, you know what?
Tip? Yeah, to pee in the shower while you're showering, of course.
Yeah, but I don't take a shower just to pee, so...
Oh, you
water.
don't?
But yeah, no, but you have to flush when you're on the toilet. You can't just leave it. That happened here once. I was coming home for vacation for 3 weeks during the summertime. And right before the taxi picked us up to the airport, my son had to run back in to pee, and he forgot to flush.
Oh no!
3 weeks later, when I come home, the bathroom door is open, the toilet bowl is open, and he hadn't flushed. And it stinked for a couple of days before I had everything vented out, I think.
Oh no. Piss steam.
Yep.
Oh no.
And that must
That's
be 2
why
years
you
ago
flush.
now. So, yeah. And you don't want that, so you flush.
Yeah. You don't want that ever. Speaking of which, if you go to the toilet in like, let's say you're at a party or at a public event or so, going to the toilet after someone else, right? And then you notice, hey, the person who was just before me didn't flush. Do you feel the need to flush before you go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, so do I. But why?
Well,
Does the toilet need to be clean before you do your dirty deed?
It depends on what dirty deed you are doing. If you're taking a shit and the person haven't flushed, do you take the chance that the water won't splash?
No. But, no. I feel the need to flush regardless, but I just caught myself in thinking, there's no logic to this. Logically, it shouldn't matter, but you still do it. Because you
because I don't want to look at someone else's shit when I'm peeing, right? I don't want to see their boat.
Exactly. So do I think. It's like, I don't want that, but it practically doesn't matter.
At work one time, I had to go to the toilets, and someone else came out straight before me.
Mm-hmm.
And when the person sees me about to go in, I think he remembers, shit, I haven't flushed. So he was like, I need to go back in there before you give me a minute. And he went in and locked the door. And I could hear him using the toilet brush and everything. And he was flushing and stuff.
Well, okay, props to that person.
I was like, I'm just going to use a different toilet. Thank you very much.
He went through all that effort, and you were like, "No, thank you."
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, what a friend. So, do you have anything to speak of? Except this
No.
stat will rise even higher.
Oh damn! Reaching.
We are getting critical level. I will say
that's
when
why
it
your camera is out of focus. It's just so hot it doesn't work properly.
Speaking of which,
I
it
can
just focused. Just
Yeah, see there.
Yeah.
But you
I'll
do seem
even-
quite red though. Let's say.
I will. I'll even put it on top.
Also this weekend I went to the cinemas.
Oh,
Oh, what did you
Uh,
see?
I went with my daughter seeing the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse animated movie.
oh,
Nice.
It lasted for 2.5 hours.
It's
Nice.
2.5 hours.
And just when it got really excited, it just cut off and it was finished. And it was like part 3 will return in part 3.
Ah, it's
And
one
I
of
was like, what the
those
fuck?
movies.
But
Ah.
Sony have done really, really well with the animated Miles Morales Spider-Man story.
Okay.
The next movie will be the conclusion of the trilogy. So
Well,
it's good.
nice to see. Because does it continue from the first movie?
Yeah, it's a year later or so. Have you seen the first one?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Because I didn't feel like it needed a sequel. Right?
No, it didn't. But
Here we are.
here we are.
It made money.
And it's good. It's good.
It made money, so
The only thing I don't like about it is some of the animated style within the movie. Not to spoil, but the name is Across the Spider-Verse. So yeah, you're visiting a couple of other dimensions or so, and every dimension is drawn in a different style. So you have the 3D animation, and you have the 2D hand-drawn stuff, and the other artistic styles all mashed together sometimes. And I didn't
Yeah.
like all of the styles, but mostly
Yeah,
it is the animated style.
did you find it like offensively? Like you didn't like it? It was
No,
so
it's,
bad, or
it's just like sometimes when you watch, say, just regular anime, some animes are still basically looks hand-drawn, and some looks like a combination of computer animated and hand-drawn stuff, and I don't like those as much. Because I don't like
Yeah,
when
this
they mix the
is-
styles, so it's just a preference to the different styles. But they stick mostly to the 3D, like the first one. But it was funny and action-packed. And I suspect part 3 next year will be more action-packed.
good. Do you know when part 3 is coming out?
Thus far it seems March next year, but I don't know. That's what Google told me when I Googled it.
Yeah, okay, so next year, that's not too far.
No, it's not. It's been a couple of years since the last one, though. The first one came out in 2018, 19, thereabouts.
Yeah, something like that. Because I know I saw it in 2022 or something.
Yeah.
So,
I watched it with my kids when it was available on streaming, and we had a good time with the first one.
Oh!
Yeah.
We are on 30.
Jesus.
30 degrees in your fucking office. 30
Yeah,
degrees Celsius.
And that is why Junior is steaming red right now, for those who can't see, and those who just listen to the podcast.
Yeah, you don't need a sauna. You just need a big gaming room.
Yeah, an office without
Air conditioning.
air conditioning.
Just
Yeah.
one big heater of a computer.
Mm-hmm. And you won't allow yourself to open the window, so there you are.
Well, it doesn't even matter because there's no wind outside. So
Mm.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Do we have anything to speak? Yeah. Speaking of animations, I've been watching an anime, which I will recommend to you guys.
Which is?
Vinland Saga.
It is in my
Vinland
watch
Saga.
list. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Just be I know this, even though I haven't watched through season 1 yet, but I know season 2 is very different from season 1. Season 1 is all about the war. Season 2 is all about avoiding the war.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like anti-war propaganda, right? But it's a masterpiece in that class, so it's a modern classic.
As I said, at least on my part, it is in my watch list. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, and I will keep washing it.
Washing it.
Washing
Nice and clean.
Keep I will
Watching
continue
it, yeah.
watching.
Junior is dying of heat stroke now. I think.
Yeah. We saw it here
Nah.
first signs.
Yeah. So topics.
Uh,
I think we have a couple.
Yeah, you guys have been bathing in the fjord of Oslo.
We
Yeah.
haven't.
No, I haven't. But I'm reading in the news that if you are a citizen or tourist for that matter, and you're planning to bathe in the fjord of Oslo, experts and scientists says this isn't the time to do it because they are finding a scary amounts of a lot of things, thereby some microbes of like pure sewage, because of the sewage system being overloaded, and when the sewage system gets overloaded, they're forced to like literally empty it out into the fjord of Oslo. So there's literal poop. And you have they've discovered a new flesh-eating bacteria that just
we got it here
thrives
as well.
in the water, yes. And thereby flesh-eating bacteria and E. coli. Partly because of climate change, they think. Because on average, over the past 60 years, at least in the fjord of Oslo, the temperature has risen by an average of 2.9 degrees Celsius. So increasing the chance or the amounts of bacteria by vast amounts. So yeah, there you go. In the hot summer days, especially on hot summer days where the temperature in the water is very warm compared to usual, there's very high concentrations of bacteria. So, voila!
Yeah, but the
There you have it.
meat-eating bacteria isn't dangerous if you don't have open wounds or anything.
Yeah, okay. I don't know the details of this.
At least that's what I read. So you could say, because I remember we had that last year as well, and a couple of people ended up in the hospital, but everyone else were bathing were just fine. And those who ended up in the hospital had open wounds.
Just don't get the flesh-eating parasite that eats into your dick or something.
Yeah, they already have the tiny fish thingy bacteria that swims up your
Up your
Uterus?
pee-pee.
yeah. And
In
eat-
Oslo?
No, not in Oslo.
Okay.
They exist. That was my point. And they
Yes.
eat your dick
Yeah.
from the inside out.
Nasty.
That's just
Nasty.
That's I heard that's in tropical areas.
Yeah.
Not in like the Arctic waters of Norway. But
Speaking of tropical, we are hitting 31.
Are you? What's going on in your room? It's
Do you have the heater on?
Yeah, my computer is my heater.
Yeah, but like another heater.
No.
Jesus.
I will have to take a picture of you, Junior, and I will post it on social medias because you're so fucking red right now.
Can you just show the temperature probe as well? Can you just screenshot the monitor, Thomas?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I don't need to. I'm already recording the episode. I can just fix the picture when I edit the fucking thing tomorrow. And speaking of editing, I'm sorry for the last week's episode. For those who like it on YouTube, because I forgot to upload it on time. I was like about to go to bed because I had to go get up really early in the morning. And I was like, fuck, I need to post the episode on the social medias and stuff. And I went to my computer and it's open YouTube's to get the link and it's like, it's not out yet. Why isn't it out yet? I saw Björn post the regular episode. Then I went into the YouTube uploading site or where you upload episodes and it wasn't there. And I was like, fuck, I forgot to upload it. I just edited it and left it. So I got it out, I don't know how many hours later. I think 1 in the night it was ready. But I was due to get up at 4:30, so I just had my computer running during the night, and I posted the episodes after work, I think, the next day.
Hey guys, I will go and bring some water.
You do that.
You are allowed to do that.
I'm allowed to do it.
You're allowed. We're allowing you.
Go ahead and open some doors and windows while you're at it.
Oh.
Yeah, you need it. Jesus.
31 degrees Celsius.
I don't know.
Funny thing, I was in the beginning of the episode, I was just about to go about what I heard, how the Fahrenheit system was invented at one point in time. It was basically invented in terms of like this amount of Fahrenheit feels like a cold winter breeze, and this amount of Fahrenheit is a normal room temperature. It was just invented by feel. It's not a linear scale like the Celsius scale that like is according to the boiling point of water from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius.
So
freezing and boiling
freezing
point. Yeah, and 100 degrees is exactly the temperature where water boils. Goes from water to vapor, steam rather.
Steam.
While the Fahrenheit scale is like, I think 32 Fahrenheit or 31, 32 is the point of where water freezes, and like normal room temperature, like 20 degrees. No, don't quote me on this.
No, now you're out.
20.
Welcome back, Junior. Oh no, you can't hear me. Welcome back, Junior.
I'm still alive.
You're still
I was
alive,
about
yeah.
to say 20 degrees Celsius equals to 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
To be fair, I got all of my shit is open. My windows, my doors,
all of
everything.
your shit.
Yeah, and I'm soon to be 32 degrees here.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
we can see it. We don't need your numbers. We can just see it on your face.
I'm melting away here.
And I thought
I-
thought. But yeah.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
you know
not
how
a
I had it
privilege.
the past week. I've been sleeping with that amount of heat. I had the fan on. I've slept in my boxers and nothing else, and I was still sweating.
Jesus.
It was nasty.
Yeah.
Tonight was the first night I had a decent sleep, and I had to get up early to play disc golf. Well, I didn't have to, but we agreed on going earlier. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah, well, it's hot, and you don't even got it as hot as most part of the world.
Oh yes.
We don't, but we're not used to it either. Like, people in Norway travel to other countries to get heat.
Yeah.
Like this. The Canary Islands and Greece and
The most
Turkey
southern
and-
parts
yeah.
of the world. Yeah.
Well,
Usually the southern parts of Europe.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
But now the southern parts of Norway has become quite hot indeed. And then now north as well, apparently, Junior.
Yes.
yeah.
Which is good, because it's 2 days less than a month till I get home, so that will be good. So, 4 more
Yes.
episodes, or with this one, I think, and we're there. I'm there.
Mhm.
Yeah, speaking of which, because I got holiday before you guys, so
Before?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got two work weeks left.
Ah,
Then
Yeah.
I'm off.
then you're off.
So you're on summer holidays from the 1st of July
Yeah, something like that.
or 3rd of July. That will be okay. yeah.
Third.
Okay.
Let's discuss the future of the episodes after the episode.
yeah.
Jet engine accident. Thomas.
Yes, I read in the newspaper now. Some people are suing airplane company, of course, in America, I think, because one of the employees got sucked into a jet engine on the airplane
Oh no.
and
Oh
died.
damn. Well,
As a result.
well,
Yeah, but he didn't sue them, did he?
Huh?
Who sued who?
I guess the
family of the
Oh.
the person who got sucked into the jet engine, because they say that the company doesn't take care of their employees or the safety enough, which
Well,
allowed this
obviously.
to happen. And people shouldn't be afraid to go to work, think about their safety. So the company got fined $15,000 for this. And apparently the company are going to appeal. So, don't know much more than this, but sucked through a fucking jet engine.
Yeah,
That's,
that's
one way to die.
Lacking safety measures on the airport or airport company, whatever. Someone is to blame, and it's
Yeah.
most likely not the employee, him or herself, because if the proper safety measures were taught and enforced, it shouldn't have happened. But I
Yeah, but
suspect it wasn't. So
Yeah, but
and
we don't know if he followed.
yeah, we
the
don't know.
safe
We don't know.
Procedure, we don't. But
But I would like to believe that the company tries to blame the employee for not following safety procedure and vice versa. And who knows what the facts really are. It's like, it's a shitty situation
I would
regardless.
just go ahead and assume the company was trying to save money and skipped out on some safety measures or something.
Yes, because that's
To
what
say to
usually
save
happens.
time and money, because time is money.
In huge companies, safety often gets neglected for profit or ease of use. It's like, oh, this safety measure is just a hassle to work with. Let's just bypass it. Because it's
Imagining
easier.
now, it's not even an employee.
Yeah, if it was a passenger or something.
Imagine you're about to board a plane, you're walking there with your little suitcase, and all of a sudden, you get sucked into the jet engine.
And suddenly you're like staring at heaven's door. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
is this what the airplane looks like? And it's like, nope, you're you had an unfortunate accident on ground. Now you're in heaven. Welcome.
It will fuck up the plane as well, though, because I know planes that get birds sucked into their jet engines get the engine blown off, or at least out of order, so they have to emergency land. So yeah, follow the safety procedures.
I'm on your side, Thomas. I suspect the airline company's safety procedures that it was lacking in some way, and in the bottom end, it was the company's or the airport's fault of some sort. I'm more leaning towards that theory, even without knowing anything about the situation, because I know typically it is.
Yeah, you could also fault the employee, because maybe they just thought that I'm just gonna do this quick tidbit and it will be over with. So
Well, you could say so, but then that employee should have been given the training to know that he or she shouldn't do such a thing or be in such an area when
that
at
is
this
true.
and this time.
That's true.
We need more of the details to say anything about this situation. Other than it's a really shitty situation for
That
his or
it
her
is
family
indeed.
as well. So
I think it was a mother of 3 or something that went through the jet engine.
yeah.
Don't get sucked into the jet engine, I guess.
Yeah, well, thanks for the tip, Junior.
Pro tip
Thanks
from
for
Tips
the pro
Wednesday.
tip.
Pro tip.
Wow. Okay. And this
So,
happened. Can we name the airliner? Do you know what the details of this?
Give me a second. No, it doesn't say.
Well, regardless, the ultimate losers of this fight, regardless of who ends up being the blame after court, is the family of this mother of three. So they're the ultimate losers, regardless. So
It's a guy who fell in the in the jet engine.
no, it was a woman. You say a mother of three. You said
Who fell
Thomas.
in the
Yeah,
engine.
Yeah.
Fell in, got sucked in, I think.
It's a mother of three that got sucked into the engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, mothers can also have jobs.
Yeah, of course.
What are you on about? You were so shocked it was a mother of three that got sucked into the jet engine.
Yeah.
She was just at work on on New Year's Eve, no less.
Huh. Yeah, well.
That's a shitty situation.
Yes. Before we move on to any other topics, I have another shitty situation regarding a Norwegian person, and this is Pride Month, so it will be a good time to discuss this as well.
It is Pride Month, actually. Yeah.
It is. So
yeah.
hence the logo. Nothing else.
Hence the logo.
No, it's always there, but yeah.
Okay.
Just celebrating boobs and dicks and whatnot.
Yeah.
We have this Norwegian YouTuber. I don't know how famous it is. They is. She, her, whatever. And the person got bullied at school when younger. And after talking to some people, he found out, maybe I'm trans. Maybe that's the problem here. I'm born in the wrong body and whatnot.
Okay.
So I started taking the medication and doing the procedure, traveling to Thailand to get his willy taken away.
Okay.
And the person changed his mind while on the operating table in Thailand.
Oh.
Just as the narcosis hit him. And he was thinking, shit, I don't want to do this. Don't do this. And that was the last thing he thought before he fell asleep. Because he was so drowsy, he couldn't tell the people who was there. He could just think it.
That's at that point you're too late, mister.
Miss now.
Oh, sorry. It's okay.
So now he's reverting, I think, back to a man, or at least mostly. They didn't say if he were going to get a new willy, but yeah, that's a fine time to regret your decision on the operating table, about to fall asleep. And this is the problem with the LGBTQ community today now, because they are supporting people or wanting people to do these kind of things and help people transition from an early age before they're old enough to kind of know what they want or how they feel and whatever. Like the gender fluidity and everything. The problem with that is when you grow up and you know the decisions you took when you were too young to take those decisions were wrong.
So you think, well, obviously this person, male, on the operating table, reconsidering.
On the operating table.
On the operating table. Could you say this person was influenced by today's society?
I don't know when the operation happened. It just said he was 19 at the time. I don't know how old he is now. But he was recommended this by the people he talked to and the doctor, which also is transgender or male and women the woman. In Norwegian, it is called Espen Ester, I think. She has been in the news a couple of times and is helping people who wants to transition and stuff like that. And he recommended it, or she.
Well,
depending.
of course, if you seek knowledge from someone with a predetermined way of thinking, like if you're, how can I compare it? If you're on the 50 borderline thinking the world is round, the world is flat, who should I ask to confirm this theory? If you go to someone who thinks the earth is flat and asks what is the correct answer to this question, that person would obviously answer you, the world is flat. On the other side, if you go to someone who thinks the world is round and ask them, hey, is the world round or flat? That person would obviously answer you, the world is round. So it depends on who you talk to.
Yeah, and this person
Be
said...
critical of who you get information from, or what websites you get information from.
This person tried to get help from the government, like the hospitals and psychiatrists and stuff. But he didn't get the help he needed in time.
Was this a Norwegian person?
Yeah. And he says now, if he had gotten the appointments he wanted, they would probably have seen through him and noticed that this isn't what you really want or need.
Well, isn't that pretty much the Norwegian healthcare system in a nutshell? It just takes too damn long to get anything done in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, because we have free healthcare, but everyone gets it, so sometimes you have to wait for a long time, unless it's like a life-threatening disease, like you have cancer, it will kill you in a year if you don't act now, then you won't skip ahead in the queue.
Yeah.
Right?
So
So mental health is something that gets kind of neglected, because it can wait, right? So
yeah, so people with mental health issues that seek help, they often seek help the moment they feel they need it the most, and then they are met in the Norwegian healthcare with like, okay, we see you need help, but you don't need help now because we can't supply it now. So you'll have to wait, let's see, a year, 2 years, maybe 3 years.
No, not that far, but a couple of months or so. And in the meantime, of course,
I've heard months to a year or years. I've heard.
It depends. I don't think you need to wait years to get a psychiatrist or something, but
you have to wait too long in most cases.
So the person talked with someone else, and of course that was the kind of people that want you to embrace yourself, your true self, and don't do the really deep dive into the situation.
And in the end, for this person at least, it turned out to be the wrong decision because he reconsidered on the operating table. So maybe it would have been the right for someone else, but
not for this
not
person.
In this case. Yes.
Yeah, imagine being... They could have saved his willy.
Yeah, no, but I think they, if I have understood this correct with your procedure, they kind of cut the willy in like half this way, like just cleaving
like
it.
Across or like along.
Yeah, along the shaft.
Oh no!
And the head just splits in two.
Yeah, but it
shaft,
got some effect, precaution. It cannot be. You cannot just sew it back up.
No, you can't. You probably then get someone else's willy, or I don't know, artificially made or some kind. I don't know how this works exactly, because there are women who are transitioning into men, and they get willies.
Yeah, I think that's sewed on from donors.
Here, I donate my willy.
Yeah, no, but if a person dies, suddenly in a car crash.
I know organs. I didn't know the willy was one of them.
You don't? I would imagine that would be one of the cases where you could harvest the organs. And the willy.
Yeah, but I don't imagine the people harvesting organs is like, oh, don't forget his willy. Don't forget the willy. And the balls. We need the balls.
Yeah, I imagine that would be the case. Like literally, it sounds fucking awful, but
I don't think so.
I don't.
Jesus Christ.
I know for the case of a man transitioning into a woman, they use the bottom part of the shaft to make the clitoris and stuff like that. I think, yeah.
wow, it's sounds so bizarre, but it's.
But I don't know how it works the other way around, though. For women, maybe it's a donated willy. Will you guys be donating your willies?
No.
I will not.
Also, imagine this then: you're a white person and you get a black dick. Would that be a thing? Do you get something that matches your skin, or do you just get a random willy? Like this is what we had on shelf 3. Take it.
That's a problem and a half.
Yeah, half.
Yeah, because who are donating the most willies? Because I imagine mostly white people do the transitioning thing because it's a white privilege thing, mostly. It seems like. I don't know. It's just. You have Black Lives Matters and you have the LGBTQ team, the team for the people who mostly on the interwebs when you see them cry out for stuff. It's mostly white people.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't support or deny this.
I don't state it as a fact. It's just when I watch
what you have
YouTubers,
observed.
Other YouTubers I follow make fun of or complain about things the people from the LGBTQ community are complaining about. It's mostly white people. Feminists, for instance. They speak really loud about certain stuff. So maybe that's just where I'm picking it up. It's just the feminists. But I don't know. It's fucked up, nonetheless.
Yep.
A lot of it. Then again, for some people, it might be the right thing, and good on you, if it helped you. But
Don't cut my willy.
That's the name of the episode.
Maybe. Well, we talked enough about willies and that kind of thing.
Yeah, Junior.
Have we, Junior?
No.
No?
We have.
Yeah.
Way worse than sleepwalking is.
Yeah. Again, in America, I read in the newspapers today about this guy who was having a nightmare. And in his nightmare, some burglars or someone broke into his house. So he shot them in his dream. The problem was, he shot himself in while he was sleeping. Because he has grabbed his gun from the nightstand or something and shot himself.
Oh no.
During the dream.
What? How?
It's sleepwalking to the extreme. Shot himself while asleep. He was having a bad nightmare with some people intruding to his house, and he shot himself.
Where did he shoot himself?
Yeah, it's a Norwegian article, and it's long, so I just have to read fast through and then translate it afterwards.
It's
He
okay.
just said he picked up his revolver and shot himself. And then he woke up from the bad dream. I imagine to find out things were way worse.
Well,
He shot himself through the leg, and the bullet was stuck in the mattress. So yeah.
Well, that's a case of having your weapons too accessible to the point where you could grab it in your sleep. All in all, it's not a worst kind scenario. You could be sleeping with your significant other, having a nightmare, and shooting your significant other.
That would be worse. But that
worse.
wasn't the end of this case for this person, because he had this weapon without his permit. He didn't have a permit to wear this gun, because you need permit in this state. So the police charged him with reckless use of a firearm against
Sleeping
him,
reckless use.
against himself. That's what it says. The police charged him for reckless use of a firearm against himself. So,
To
Well,
be
the
fair,
irony.
so he
is,
was
though.
he was arrested, let out on bail, and you have to meet in court the 29th of June, so the end of next week.
Okay.
So yeah, not only did he get shot, he got jailed for it.
Not only did he shoot himself, he got jailed for it. Well,
Yeah, but to be fair, the gun shouldn't be.
I just assume it was on the nightstand. It didn't say. It just said it shot himself. Didn't mention where the gun came from. I'm just suspecting he had it on the nightstand or under his pillow or wherever people use to have their guns when in America. In Norway, we have these gun lockers. We have to have all our guns locked in if you have license to have firearms. In America, it's quite different, I think.
I believe.
I
You
believe in
still-
a lot of states you're required to have your gun in a locked gun safe of sorts. I think that's the common in many states.
Not
without
all of them,
being
because
completely
if
sure.
you did, you wouldn't have all the mass shootings from kids or young people
Yeah.
who got their hands on their parents' gun, or kids shooting themselves because they got their hands on the gun from
thinking it
cupboard
was
or
a
something.
toy or yeah. Yeah, did you mention in one of the episodes prior that a kid got a hold of their uncle's gun in a birthday party because their uncle brought a gun in his jacket or something?
Never heard of this before.
Oh, okay.
You haven't
Well,
heard it,
it
here
was.
until now.
Oh, I thought you told me this, or maybe it was another friend of mine who told me that. Yeah, well, as you heard, at the birthday party, this little kid got a hold of a gun who their uncle brought with them in their jacket and left in the entry hallway. And then the gun thought it was some kind of toy and shot
The
one
gun
of the
thought.
The
no,
kid thought.
the kid thought the gun was a toy, and he got a hold of it because it's a little kid, and he shot one of the other kids. So yeah, guns easily accessible, potential for a lot of bad things happening.
If you're not
So,
supposed
and-
to carry a
and-
gun, don't.
Yeah, but I don't know the details of this case. It was a horrible outcome regardless. But you have the argument of, I'm a gun owner and I want my gun to be accessible if someone breaks into my house when I sleep.
Yeah, but there are,
Like-
I think, in at least
like,
one
why-
state, you're allowed to just carry your gun at all times.
Yes, open carry or concealed carry. There's a lot of fine details and it differs
Yeah,
from
but
state
open
to state.
open carry. Some states do have. I think Texas or some state like that.
Maybe. But regardless, if that argument holds true, then me as a burglar, when would I want to break into someone's house? Would I break into someone's house when they are 100% sure to be home at night? No. I would like to break into their homes when they're at work during daytime. That's when I would like to break in. Is that so fucking hard to understand? It's like...
No, but then
Why
it's in
are
broad
peop-
daylight,
why are-
so that's also
Why
a
are
thing.
homeowners so fucking afraid of people breaking into their homes when they're all at home?
With guns, no less.
It's like you should be worried about someone breaking into your home when you are not present, when you are not at home. At which point you wouldn't have to defend yourself either. It's disguised as a workman with like people wouldn't suspect a thing, but no, people are so fucking afraid of being like broken into during the night.
Yeah,
Like,
wouldn't that just be
Doesn't seem
a
logical.
convenient
to me.
way to rob someone? Just dress as a locksmith or something and just drive up their
Yeah,
driveway.
just
and
pretend you're like when I went to the concert last week, we discussed this as like, hey, how easy wouldn't it be to go into this concert area without having a ticket? You just put on a high-vis jacket and equip some tools, and everybody would just assume you were working in the area. It's
Yeah.
like people would just let you in. It's like do the same with burglaries. Pretend you're some working firm doing some work in this neighborhood. It's like I'm not suggesting things to break into people's houses. I just me thinking logically. Wouldn't that be easier?
It's quite differently doing it to someone's home, right? You don't want to allow anyone in your house.
No, you don't.
Well, in America, you're hell out of luck if you drive into someone's driveway and mistake it for their neighbor or something, because you might be risking your life literally then, because you're trespassing on someone's property. If you make a wrong turn and you take property number 57 instead of 58.
We don't like your kind around here.
I actually saw that on TikTok. Someone had filmed a guy showing up in the driveway or on the door because he was meeting someone for some sexy time, and he chose the wrong house.
Yep, it's like.
And he was really persistent as well. Like, no, I'm here for. I was like, no, it's not here. And they had to threaten to shoot him before he left.
Oh, so well, at least they had a discussion before shooting.
Yeah, they had, because he just was really persistent and really ready for this. Like, no, it's here. It has to be here. I'm here. I don't know if someone pranked him or whatever, or maybe he was having an affair with the lady in the house and the man was home, so she just had to pretend. I don't know what really like behind the camera, but.
Well, thankfully for the guy, they were willing to discuss before shooting, because
but they didn't open the door though. They just spoke through the intercom thing on the door or whatever.
Yeah.
And
because
it was
in
just
a lot of cases,
the little hole, the peephole or whatever it's called, which we don't have.
The Ring camera, or whatever it's called. That's a company brand name, I think. Ring camera, yeah, a popular one, I reckon. Yeah.
So yeah.
So, what's the next on the list, guys?
Well, we're asking you, Junior. You're running the show, so give
Ukraine
it to us.
Dam. We are back in Ukraine once again.
Because when was it? This dam, when a dam in Ukraine, like a water dam, broke, and it's been a while since then. It broke at the 6th of June, and it was called, forgive my pronunciation, it's called the Kakova Dam in the southern of Ukraine. It just mysteriously broke, and the Ukrainian government suspect it was done by Russian militants of some kind. And, well, of course, the Russians claim that, no, we haven't done anything. It's probably an inside job trying to put the blame on us. But...
yeah, we haven't touched the cuckold dam.
The cuckold dam. That's not what I said, okay.
So yeah, remember what you said.
Kakova.
Cuckold, close enough.
Well, so if you really think hard about it, if you think a little bit about it, if you don't have to think hard about it, who is to gain from breaking a dam in Ukraine? Who is the Ukrainian citizens in that area whose houses are now flooded? Are they to gain? Like, no. It's the...
but the Ukraine itself might stand something to gain if the West will help them more when people are suffering more. I would suspect that at least is some of the arguments from the Russian side.
Maybe, but I think that's too far-fetched. That's too much of a tinfoil hat theory.
Perhaps. It was just my theory. So.
Yeah. Well, so by just concluding this, they can't confirm or deny. They haven't put the blame on anyone as of yet. It's just reports of increasing numbers of missing people and dead people. The numbers are rising by the hour.
Yeah, but they're still a year later now, still discussing who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline as well. So
yeah, so it's
who the fuck knows?
It'll be one of those cases where no one will ever take the blame, because who would be like a year later be like, okay, I'm gonna give up. It was me. Like,
It was me,
whoever
Mario.
does that. Whoever does that. Like, I
Okay,
played
guys.
this prank long enough. It was me. Like, no one will ever do that. So they'll never get to the
Yeah.
bottom of
Okay,
this.
okay,
But
guys.
they are of course suspecting Russia for that as well. But
I would suspect some
yeah,
pro-Russians.
but why would they help build the thing? They finance the thing, and they control the gas from their own country. They could just shut it off. They didn't need to blow the pipeline to do it.
You're thinking of the gas pipeline now,
The gas
not
pipeline,
the dam.
yeah, not
okay,
the dam. But
okay.
Maybe it was Norway who blew it up.
Yeah,
they
we have
earned
been
a lot of.
we've been suspected for that as well, because or not with the people, but the government earned a lot of money on the
Money.
on the gas deals we made afterwards.
It's like, even despite things happening and who is to gain from a certain situation and who is to pay for a certain situation, they're all theories in the end, and maybe I'm too naive to think any Norwegians or the Norwegian government would do something like that.
But isn't that one of the things Norway is actually good at, like militarily? It's special operations. Because we don't have
Historically, yeah.
we
What
don't,
was
we don't
the-
have a huge military, but we do specialize in black ops stuff. I think that's
Isn't
one of the
that
things
one of
Norway do
the-
very well.
Infamous cases in this Norwegian, in the Second World War, we had this battalion. What was it called? The ones that yes, that the one. No, I don't think that was the one. But the force that infiltrated the Norwegian hydro plant where they exported heavy water to the Germans, or something. This military operation where no one was killed and no one was hurt, but they still managed to blow up the facility. It was it has been known as the most brilliant military operation in history because it required no casualties. So I can't recall what it was, but I think it was the Norwegian company called Hydro, where they had this excess material called heavy water, which we didn't know how to use. And this, for some reason, the Germans wanted to buy this heavy water at a high price. So we exported, the Norwegian Hydro exported heavy water to the Germans, and the Germans, which we know now, tried to make nuclear weapons with heavy water. But we didn't know back then. Or some people suggest that the Norwegian company of Hydro knew, but the profits were too damn high for them to even care. A lot of intrigues here, but my facts are shady, my facts aren't shady. They're
Spotted?
it's blurry.
Rambling?
They're blurry.
Yeah.
My facts are blurry. Yeah, rambling on here.
But yeah, back to the dam though,
Mm.
because it did flood an entire village
Yes,
or something in
and
Ukraine.
it's still flooding to this day. There's
But
like
it
literal
didn't crack at the
blocks.
bottom. It was like quite high up, wasn't it? It wasn't the entire dam. I think it was a top part of it.
It was
or
a
something.
section of it, but it was
Yeah.
enough to make the whole like area flood.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Which is bad. This reminds, if it's the Russians, because I don't know, kind of doctrine this day and age is in a military engagement or war, you go after military targets and not the population, like
Mm.
civilians. But you don't need to go back that many wars, or I don't know how many wars, but to World War II, for instance, where they just bombed the shit out of everything.
Oh
The
yes,
Germans were
yeah.
just sending bombs over to England, just bombing their cities and whatnot.
Yep. And you could argue it's still happening with the war in Ukraine. A lot
It
of
is.
the targets haven't been military at all, not even remotely. So
I will excuse the Germans for their yeah, because they made the V1 rocket to
V1 and V2 rockets, and they
yeah,
were like,
the V1 was the first one, their retaliation weapon against England, and it could reach London from I think they had their launch ramps in France to make
Yes.
it over. So they they didn't or they had the length, but you couldn't see what you were hitting. You just knew you would reach a certain part of the country, and that's about it. Today, with satellites and radars and everything, you can pinpoint the fucking target and hit it straight on.
yeah, okay, I see what you're getting
Like,
at.
I'm not excusing the Germans for warring with people and all the crazy shit they did.
But at least their weapons were like, we fire them from here, and we hope they land over there somewhere.
Yeah.
while you would like to believe the
inflicting
Russians
enough
have.
damage for them to withdraw from the war. That was the main the thing with the V1 rockets, was to have England withdraw from the war, because they were basically the last man standing in Europe at the time, if you look away from the Soviet Union, right before America joined. So thanks, Japan.
Thanks.
I have to say.
But I guess this is the end. We
Yeah.
are wrapping up.
Off the line. Yep.
I'm dying, so
You're not as red anymore, though, so it has to have been cooler at some point.
Prove us or disprove us. 31.5 degrees centigrade.
You had reached
Wait.
32 at one point, didn't you?
31.5 it is
no.
now.
Okay.
The temperature just stopped, but it's still
Yeah,
31
because at the start of the episode, you were bloody red, and I will post a picture of it on social medias.
Yeah, you just embrace the heat, get used to it.
That's what you've
And-
done. You just gotten used to it.
Yeah, you look at you pale ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
And the white privilege.
because I avoid the sun like a fucking vampire.
And the white privileged boy with his air condition. Thank you for listening to this rambling of an episode. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hit the like, subscribe, give us money, because I need air conditioning as well. I'm not a privileged ass white boy.
All right.
And with that, I have to say good night.
Goodbye.
Adios.